Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lok. This is a video for update 0.17. So I have 3 new functionalities and 3 new props for you guys. First one is the build list. So if you ever looked at the stage briefing, there's an option to print your build list here. And then what will happen is it will export all the different types of props you have in the stage. Like number of walls, number of targets, and all that into a sheet. It tells you how many pieces of this prop you need when you go and build your stage physically. Before this, if you use adjustable fault lines, it will not show you how long those fault lines are, but now you can. So for instance, if you go to F7 to build your fault lines, let's say I build one here, build a square here, like a 3 by 2.2 meter square. Maybe I put a long fault line like this, and maybe another fault line like this, right? So when you go over to build this now, and let's say you print this build list, I'll export it. And now when I open up the PDF, right, it shows you that this is the build list, and now it tells you that you have to have 2 3.2 meter fault lines, 2 2.3 meter fault lines, 1 5.2 meter, and 1 2.1 meter fault lines. So it will tell you the exact length of the fault lines that you've designed. So that's feature number 1. Next one is the ability to set the swinger start angle. So before, if I bring a swinger, so let's say I drop this swinger. Traditionally, these swingers are all set at 90 degrees, right? You can't change the angle. You go to simulation, you trigger this, it starts from 90 degrees. Now you have the ability to set your swinger angle by hitting K. And you say, let's say I change this to 45 degrees, and now the swinger will start from here. Or if I hit K and I set it to negative 50 degrees, it starts from there. So you can set your own angle for the correct presentation that you're trying to make in the stage design. Here I have a stage that I built with all the swingers and all the different custom configurations. And it should be able to allow you to do this. So now if I go to simulate and shoot this, it works from all those multiple angles as well. Then the last new functionality is the Waypoint Sequence Editor. And so if you have a stage and if you built a simulation with multiple waypoints, and one of the difficult things is to change the sequence. Let's say for instance right now you see waypoint 1, when you go into dry fire or you go into simulation mode, it goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and the stances that you set here, for instance, I go from standing to crouching in position 2 and delay for 2 seconds, and then go to prone in position 3 for 1 second. So you can program the tool to simulate and perform these movements for you. The hard part about this is trying to swap the positions. Let's say if I want to go prone, I want to go from 1 to 3, then to 2, then to 4, I need to change the sequence of these numbers, right? So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And so to do that, you can't do that before. You actually have to delete everything and reset your waypoints. But now you go to escape and you go to edit, and you have this thing called waypoints. So when you go to waypoints, you see now you have a list of waypoints. It shows you waypoint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is sorted in ascending order. And then you have to delay 3 seconds in a walk position. The second one is a crouch position, delay for 2 seconds. So let's say if I want to move, I want to swap 2 to 3 or 3 to 2. I go to waypoint 3 and I just push the up button, and now it will go up here. So now as you can see, it goes from waypoint 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So that's how you reorder them. You can also change it. So let's say if I don't want this to be prone, I want it to be crouch, I can just click on crouch. Now I've changed this to a crouch maneuver as well. I can also set the delay duration. I want this to be maybe 4 seconds, right? So now that will be 4 seconds delay. So yeah, so this is your waypoints editor. I believe you can have as many as you want. You can keep scrolling down if you have a lot more waypoints in the scene. So that's a waypoint editor. Some new props the 3 new props are ISMOC based. The folks at Macau gave me a few designs to create. I think one that was very interesting. I've never seen this prop before, and so this one is called the floating target. So essentially what they have is they have a bin with water, and they put a target with a floating, like a styrofoam box, I think. And so when you actually shoot this in a real match, you can actually make waves and the target will bob here and there. I can't simulate waves properly in this tool without adding additional functionality. At some point I'll try and figure out how to do that, but right now it's just static. But yeah, so this is an interesting target. I've not seen this target presentation before in a match. I think it's going to be hard to do this because there's no equity, competitor equity, right? Because the targets could be bobbing differently for different competitors, but I don't know. This is an airsoft match, so maybe their rules are different. So we have the ISMOC version. You also have the IPSC version here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go, an IPSC version. And then the last one is a hanging double target. So let me show you how that one looks like. So if you don't know already, the tool supports sliders or movers, right? And the functionality is very flexible. You can use the move start and move end, and then you can link the start to end. So when you run the simulation, the start object will move along this line towards the end. And so what I did was I just put two props here, and I put the start on top and the start and the end at the bottom here. And then this new target presentation, which is essentially a hanging target with two ISMOC and a no-shoot. I parent this to this target. So when this mover moves, this green mover moves, this target will move along as well. So now if I enter simulation mode and I shoot it, you see how it goes. Looks like that basically. So you can create movers of all kinds. You can do it this way. You can have the movers go forward, backwards, across the stage, whatever. It's all entirely up to you how you want to do this, use these movers. So yeah, so I built this one because they had a stage that had a slider with these two target presentations, so I made one for them. So that's all I have for you on 0.17. Thanks to all of you who submitted feedback and bugs. I fixed some of those as well. And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank my Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting the tool. If you're interested in being a Patreon subscriber, please visit this link. Also, don't forget to join our Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the YouTube description below. This is a place where we talk about the tool, provide feedback. Also, you can engage the rest of the stage design community that's using this tool. Well, that's all I have for you. Have a great weekend. Wishing you lots of alphas, and I'll see you on our range.